Hey, welcome back, guys. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Also, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of when I post new videos. And if you want to check out that last video I did on a garbage disposal installation, I'll leave some links in the cards up above my head here. Now, on that job, I was on my way, after I finished that job, actually, I was on my way to do a Gerber single lever shower body cartridge replacement, which I did do. And a word of caution, if you're going to take on a job like this, I'm going to recommend having an extra handle with you maybe and a couple of extra screws, because I had a bear of a time getting this handle off. And for a while there, I thought I was going to have to replace it. Also, another thing I wanted to mention is this is not a detailed step-by-step video on how to replace that cartridge. I'll consider making that video. This is just me in the field doing my daily routine. Anyway, it was leaking out from the shower head. It was leaking out from the handle when they turned on the shower body, and they wanted to get that taken care of. And it's just not a common shower body here in my area. I'm working mainly on Delta, Moen, Kohler, stuff like that. But check out the video, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, here we go. The Gerber single lever shower body. We don't see too many of them here in New York. I mainly work on Delta, Moen, Kohler, etc. And so she had this shower body that was leaking. So in addition to leaking from the shower head, it was actually leaking from the handle, between the handle and the sleeve that goes in the wall. So that when they turned the valve on, it was actually streaming down. And a lot of that water was getting behind there. And because this was in the basement, they probably didn't realize that a lot of that water was leaking in between the wall. Anyway, I had a hell of a time getting this screw out. And I'm going to say this, if you're going to do something like this, do a job like this, I would advise you to have an extra handle and an extra couple of screws on hand, because this was really, really tough to get off. And at one point, I thought I was going to have to go get a handle, but I eventually got it off. The next difficult thing was getting that chrome sleeve off. As you can see, a lot of that water was leaking back into the body. And, you know, I had a time getting this off. I got it off, but you know, you may end up changing more parts than you anticipate. And you can see how ratty that looks from the water getting in there. And we got good water here in New York. We don't have a lot of minerals deposits in our water. But at any rate, this must have been leaking for a long time. This is a shot of the temperature stop, that you can adjust the temperature of the hot water, and which, by the way, you should always have it at about 120 degrees. Next step was to get this cap nut off. You can see the two flats there. There's one on that side, one on the left. And I grabbed that with my toothless channel lock pliers in order to gain access to the cartridge. And you can see there where I had the cap nut off. And basically, to pull that cartridge out, you just grab the stem there and yank straight back. And in this case, those washers are supposed to be part of the cartridge, and you have to go in there and poke them out. If they remain in the body, you are not to leave them in there. They got to come out, because when you put the new cartridge in, they have the new washers already in place. And I replaced the complete assembly. So the cartridge and the cap nut, and you'll see coming up, this is the cartridge, here's the cartridge number. And what you see there in the body is the other part of it, and that's coming up in the next shot here. You'll see the, I have the model number for both, and that's the control stem. I'm calling it a cap nut. It's a control stem. So two parts, one sits on top of the cartridge, and together, you know, you can insert them in. And what I did with all my parts while putting everything back together is that I greased the living heck out of everything with my silicone lube, my waterproof silicone lube, brand of your choice. I just use this. I buy it from Wolverine. Works out really well. But you got to grease the heck out of everything. As I did, you'll see here, I put grease inside this sleeve. I put grease, as you can see on the body there, on the outside, and grease on the cartridge, and everything was greased. I put everything back together again, screwed everything back in, and basically that's it in a nutshell, guys. It's not brain surgery, but it worked out good. No leaks. She's happy, which means I'm happy. So there it is, guys. What'd you think? Relatively easy repair, but I didn't expect that screw wasn't going to come out. and the handle wouldn't come off. But because the water was leaking back in through that sleeve, I guess it just, got things hung up. We have pretty good water here in New York, not too much calcium buildup and minerals and all that stuff. But nevertheless, for a second there, I thought I was going to have to break the handle off, which meant I was going to have to go get a handle and a screw, which I didn't want to do. But I got it off, and the repair went pretty well. And it's not a difficult repair to do. You just have to, just follow the steps and do it, step by step. And I should make a video about that. I'll possibly do that if you guys want that. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching the videos. I always say I'm honored you stopped by. I know you have choices when watching plumbing videos, and the fact that you're here is really an honor for me. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, or you enjoy my channel, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. Also hit the notification bell. The most important thing you guys can do is hit the like button, because if you don't like these videos, give it a thumbs up. YouTube just sweeps it under the rug and doesn't show them to anybody. And that's no good for me or for you. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. I don't know what that'll be, but yeah, come back, check it out, and I will see you in the next video. Happy plumbing.